Welcome to the continuation of our lessons on rewrites. So we're going to take a look at question tags. Question tags. So adding a question tag to a sentence involves using a short question to seek agreement. The word seek is more like look. So when you're looking for someone to agree with you, we add the question tag to a sentence. Okay. So this question tag is just a short question. To understand that, let's take a look at an example. She is a teacher. She is a teacher. So add the question a question tag. So picture this scenario where you and I are talking. Okay, you know the person I'm talking about, and I'm not sure if she's a teacher. You know. Okay, or maybe I think you know. So I say she's a teacher. Now I want to put it as a question. Okay, when I just say she's a teacher, it doesn't show that it's a question. So she's a teacher, isn't she? So isn't she? Okay. So this is a question tag. Isn't she with a question mark? This is a question tag. Okay. So when I add this, it shows that I'm asking you, and you're supposed to answer me. Okay. So that's how it is. That's how to use a question tag. Let's take a look at some guidelines on how to use question tags. So the first guideline is the question tag has the same tense as the original sentence. The question tag has the same tense as the original sentence. What does it mean by tense? What it means is if the sentence, the original sentence is in the past, the question tag should also be in the past. If the original tense is in the present, the question should be in the present. Okay. If the original question is in the future, the question should also be in the future tense. Okay. How do you tell that the question is in the past? Of course, you can, if you understand English, you can just tell from the way it is written. But of course, if you are you're not yet there, you can tell if they have used the words like was. Okay. That shows that it was in the past. If they have added ed to a verb like kicked, okay, punched, that shows that it is in the past. If it is in the present, of course they can use the word is, or they can add s, okay, like kicks, okay, punches, okay. If it is in the future, they can add ing, like kicking, punching, or they can use the word will. Okay, so that is how to tell that the sentence is in the past, present, or future tense. Let's take a look at some examples. So we start with the first one, which we are from discussing. She is a teacher. Is shows that it is in the present. She is a teacher, meaning that this person is maybe a teacher as of now. So she's a teacher, isn't she? She's a teacher, isn't she? So I've used is to show that it is in the present. Is here has also been used to show that it is in the present. The question tag is in the present. She was a teacher, wasn't she? She was a teacher, wasn't she? So I've used was here and wasn't here. Okay, she was a teacher, wasn't she? So the was show that it is in the past, and the question tag also shows that it is in the past. She will be a teacher. So will shows future, meaning that this person is not yet a teacher, but at some point they're going to be a teacher. So she will be a teacher, won't she? She will be a teacher, won't she? So won't is short for will not. Won't is short for will not. So she will be a teacher, won't she? Meaning that will not she? So another pattern, which is the second guideline that you should learn about question tag, is the fact that the main sentence is positive. I mean, if the main sentence is positive, the question tag should be negative, and vice versa. If the main sentence is positive, the question tag should be negative, and vice versa. Okay, vice versa means and in reverse is true, meaning that if the main sentence is negative, then the question tag should be positive. Okay, so what does it mean? How do you tell that the sentence is negative and the sentence is positive? If there is a word not, that shows negative. If there is no word not, that shows positive. Okay, she is a teacher. There's no word not here, so it's a positive. Is not she, isn't she, is not she, so not negative. So if this is positive, this should be negative. If this is negative, this should be positive. Okay, she was a teacher. There's no not here, so it's positive, so the opposite, I mean the sentence, the question tag is going to be negative. Same here, positive, question tag negative. Won't, it will not. Wasn't is was not. Okay, so of course we don't have an example where this is negative, but we're going to take a look at more examples so that we see these two guidelines, how they are used. So one final guideline is that the word that has the word not added to it should be an auxiliary verb. So when you're changing from positive to negative, how do you choose the word you're supposed to put the word not on? Okay, it has to be the auxiliary verb. What is an auxiliary verb? Without defining it, we're going to learn by looking at examples. So we start with am. Yeah. So I am 12. This is positive because it doesn't have not. So we have to add not to okay. But the rule is am changes to her not. Okay. I am 12 and I am 12 and I. Okay. The opposite, I'm not stupid. Am I? I'm not stupid. Am I? So I am not stupid. Am I? If they have used and I mean, if they have used and or I aren't stupid, you have to add am I. Next is has or have. So has changes to hasn't, have changes to haven't. Let's take a look at some examples. So it has reached. So has, we're going to add not to it. It becomes hasn't it. John hasn't come. So hasn't is negative. So we're going to remove the not. It becomes has he. So John is a male. So we put he. Okay. Then on top it has reached whatever the thing we're talking about. It's a thing. So that's why we've used it. Okay. It has reached. So hasn't it. Okay. So the last word here, it can be he, she, we, they, it. These are the words depending on what the object or whatever we are talking about. Here it was it. We don't know what it is. So isn't hasn't it? John, a man, has he, or by and I also. I am 12. We're talking about I and I. Okay. So we use I, we use he, we use she, we use we use they. Okay, let's take a look at more examples. Do changes to don't. Do changes to don't. Does changes to doesn't. Okay, we don't do this. So this is negative. It has don't. So we remove the not. It becomes do. We don't do this. Do we? Okay, so we. Okay, she does like it, doesn't she? She does like it, doesn't she? So this is positive. It changes to negative. Can changes to can't. Can changes to can't. It can be dark. Can't it? It can be dark. Can't it? Okay. So can positive changes to can't. It can't happen. Can it? It can't happen. Can it? So can't is negative, changes to can. Okay. Will changes to won't, like we discussed. He will laugh at you, won't he? He will laugh at you, won't he? She won't make it, will she? She won't make it, will she? So let's take a look at difficult ones now. So we have shall, that changes to shan't. Shan't means shall not. So I shall die by the sword, shan't I? The kings shan't be doing this, shall they? Okay, so shan't changes to shall, and shall to shan't. Now, where did they come from? So this word kings, which shows that there are many kings, is where it's coming from. That's why we're using they. Okay, if it was just one king, we could have used he. Okay, but since there are many kings, we use they. So when the noun is in its plural form, we have to use they. Okay, may does not change to anything. May never changes. May never changes. He may be lazy, may he? He may not be lazy, may he? So strange. Might changes to might not or mightn't. Okay, he might be here, mightn't he? They might not shout, might they? Okay, could changes to couldn't. Could changes to couldn't. It could be the truth, couldn't it? It couldn't happen, could it? Should changes to shouldn't. He should be here, shouldn't he? He shouldn't talk such nonsense, should he? Okay, these ones are simpler. Would changes to wouldn't. He would be here, wouldn't he? Shouldn't care, would she? Is changes to isn't. It is shiny, isn't it? It isn't anybody's fault, is it? Must changes to mustn't. Okay? All that time was waiting for us, he must be on the corner. Mustn't he? So all that time he's waiting for us, he must be on the corner. Mustn't he? Okay, and the last one, he mustn't touch here, must he? He mustn't touch here, must he? So this is what question tags is all about. Hope you have learned something from this lesson. So this marks the end. End it here. All right, see you in the next lesson.